My name is Sharif, and I am building an AI automation agency in public. I have not been successful, but when OpenAI drops its latest and flagship model, it doesn't matter if your life is going to shit. You have to test it out, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be testing out GPT-5, and I'm going to see what its capabilities are for coding. And the project I'm going to be testing it on is on a backend that I'm building right now for one of my projects. This is a property rental application that I'm trying to build. I'm not trying to get it. I'm not trying to build a project. So, and I'll be using Cloud Anthropic, the Anthropic large language model to build this and just to make sure it's proper. I've never done anything in Node.js before, so I'm using this to learn. And so far it's going well, but ChatGPT is going to come in right now. And I'm going to use it to I'm going to test how smart it is or how, good it is. I'm going to be yapping a lot. If I'm talking too much, you can just fast forward this, and any support you show on this video is hugely appreciated, because that's the only way I can feel good about myself. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you like this content. But hey, let's see if GPT-5 is what they hype. In my honest opinion, I don't think it is, but you know. And the way I started this project is I asked Cloud for a schema, a comprehensive database schema, which is basically what the data my platform will be using. So it kind of gave me a comprehensive list. I've gone through it, I understood what it is, timestamp, boolean. So I'm going to be asking GPT-5, I'm going to be copy and pasting the schema and asking what it thinks. So here we go. And this schema is impressively thorough. It covers the full asset coverage from listening to this. Yeah, strengths. Here's my breakdown of what clear separation of concerns, search optimization, accessibility, lifecycle. Potential improvement, history and editing. Some tables may need audit logs for changes over time, especially for legals. Payments, foreign key constraints, payer ID and payer ID payment always users, but you might need to. Okay. So it said this is a solid enterprise grade schema with forward thinking ID. Okay. No, I did not want you to sketch in here. But that's not what I am worried about with GPT-5. It is not a good coding model if you have used it before to ask for coding questions. I know it is not. That's why I'm not using it for this project. And okay, so there is a function in my project that basically property controllers. I know it is small, but please forgive me. So there is this function that gets all properties, and this function is basically trying to get any property listing. And I've already done that comprehensively with um, let's do this. Create property. I'm gonna see how good GPT-5 is. Let me ask it a question, because I don't think this create property function is comprehensive enough, because I'm going to use it as a route to, as an API function, so that I'll call it whenever I want to create a property. And as you can see, it's very brief, very short. There's very obviously room for improvement. You have the request and you have the response. And the only people that can create properties are landlord, which, yeah, right here. And the user roles include landlord. Okay, I'm going to ask, looking, no, with the schema you have, I am building a backend API with Node.js JS and Express with Silly. I think that's the library I'm using for the database. This function creates properties. What question can I ask here? Can you ensure this function is robust against edge cases? And yeah, I'll paste the I'll paste the create property function and against. Yeah. So let's just ask it. Let's just send it. You're inserting into the properties table from your schema Node.js carefully. Your current function is clean, but it's missing a few important safety checks. Yes, that's true. Type guards. Honestly, these are all basic things that I expected. Let me see the code. Here's a must create property. Um, ensure user is a learner from DB, not just from JWT. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Let me see. Ah, okay. Because the request is coming in from a user, right? So it's saying I should not use the request to check if it's okay. It says I should check the DB for the user roles. Right. But you're still gonna use like the um requests to check to get the user, no? Am I wrong? Because you're still using the request here to check like the user ID. So why not just, you know, am I stupid or something? Why not just do it like directly because the request has the user and the user has the roles instead of doing all this extra. I feel like this is extra, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm tripping. And if landlord check, yeah, this is like extra that I'm not sure. Maybe it is right, maybe it is not. I don't have experience with Node.js. Additional logical validations. This is basically checking available from, available until. Okay, it's just checking like the availability of the property that you're creating if the available from date and the available until date is greater than or less than. It's just making sure like the dates are, because if you're starting from something and you're ending, it can be, the from can be greater than the until. So basically ensuring that. And valid the base rent. I feel like Anthropic model will come up with something better than this. Even me, that I've not worked with Node.js, but I've worked with Django, and I know that I can come up with even better functions than this. Insert property inside your potential feature. Okay. Insert into properties await DBJ. Um, inserted. Okay. Ah, okay. So what it's doing here is like the property, it is storing the property that it is creating in a variable so that this can be used in future, what you call it, in any future logic that you decide you want to use it for. Let me see if that's not the case. So really, I feel like this thing is doing extra. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it did anything extraordinary that I wouldn't have known by myself, given enough time. Um, Honestly, basic. I'll say a basic reply. I'm not gonna lie, it's not impressive. The thing is, since this project is was built using cloud, the way I prompt my models is like, let me see, not this. Okay, there was an error in, I was experiencing an error, so let me delete this. um okay, here you will see. Okay, starting out a new React Native project, I want to follow good practices. It is a full-fledged project with its separate backend. I have a schema and I plan on using Postgres as the backend with Node.js, TypeScript. How would I build out the backend of the app to integrate with the front end? Use the schema to build out the backend. Let's say I want to have the database hosted on the platform. Give sufficient information to follow what you do so I can build it out. You know what? I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to prompt a new chart. So, and I also feed it, because what I fed this prompt in this prompt here was the schema, as you can see here, which is basically what I already did. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'll just copy the schema from right here. No, not here. From right here. Here's the schema, comprehensive schema, and let's see what it comes up with. It becomes no, stop. Okay. I almost messed that up. You know what? I'll delete that. I'll delete that. New chat. Control V. That's the schema, and then we have the backend architecture, right? No, not this one. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Because I think in one of the prompts I said React, and in another one I said React Native. So there's a difference. I am usually I'm usually very precise when I'm asking all these models questions. Okay, so it is giving. I'm basically asking it the same questions I asked Claude, which is in just one, and it gave me like a whole project setup that I am now using for the project because I found it very useful. I found it like it follows good practices as far as I know, because my experience with Node.js is very limited. So it is, yeah, okay. It's using Prisma though instead of Kaisley, whatever. And yes, similar project setup. Okay, Prisma, yeah, simple enough. Well, as you can see, like the difference between the response of GPT-5, which is meant to be quote unquote like new and the best. The response here is mediocre at best compared to the same prompt I used with Claude, and it gave me a whole, like you can, like look at this. It gave me this one, like the project setup and structure. Look at this, all of this. Look at the detail went into, and then again with um the backend implementation, like the detail is insane compared to what GPT-5 supposedly the best model. And this is the continuation, but are you kidding me? Come on now. And look at this response to build out a full backend with a plus it's a full plus. It didn't give me anything here, man. It didn't give me anything. Like he gave me enough to start, but he didn't give me enough to like vibe code. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly want to continue this with more projects, but I kind of know GPT is not good at coding unless maybe you try to let me see if you can new chat. Is there honestly GPT is not good for coding, maybe for normal queries and stuff like that. I even tried it here for this thing. I didn't like the response. I looked at it, just scroll past through the and like I don't like what I'm getting, so I just stopped using it for coding and all of that. And honestly, I wish it was good. I wish it was better, but it is not. And here we are with a mediocre large language model that holds all that's going to make everyone talk for the next 2 to 4 weeks. But it's not impressive. I'm not gonna lie. It might be smarter, it might be faster, it might be but I don't think it's gonna. The people who are technically inclined are gonna know that this is not like the best model like in the market. I think Grok is even better, but the thing is, I've not used Grok. I'm more comfortable with Cloud. So yeah, it's gonna be a long time before we get super intelligence or AGI, and it's not coming anytime soon. But yeah, I'm gonna continue by putting this project with Cloud. And if you want to see more of this, I'm gonna because I didn't structure this video properly, so I'm just fluffing. And if you watched it to the end, that means you're a super fan. And leave a comment leave a comment with no leave a comment named because no I don't think anyone watches my video up to this point, but leave a comment. Sorry, leave the word comment in the comments below, and maybe I'll give you money or something. Even though I don't have money, I'll probably give you 10 euros or something. I'm not sure. There should be like a reward for you watching me to this point in the video. But yeah, this project is good. I'm gonna continue doing it. I'm gonna continue working on it. But for now, I'm gonna use Cloud to keep on vibe coding it, and maybe hopefully I'm able to share more of this project with you guys if that's something you guys are interested in or whatever. But you don't even have to be interested in it. If I'm interested in it, I'll make a video. And yeah, close the folder. And that's it for this video. Honestly, I just wanted to show you like I know ChatGPT GPT-5 is not good at coding, so man, they have work to do, man. OpenAI has work to do. So yeah, that's it for this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm stupid for even doing this video. And yeah, see you later.